Hey everyone, I'm Laura Williams, and I wrote a book called Exploring Education Through Passion, Agility, and Authentic Learning Experiences, The Improvement Game. Awesome. Yeah, so I was a teacher. Um, I think my first dip into teaching was 2011, 2012, in Costa Rica, of all places. And I actually was there studying abroad and then ended up living there. The first job that I could get was teaching. I was actually studying biology at the time, and I was like, well, I want to live here, but I need to find a job. So got a job at the private bilingual school. Loved it. Felt like I was like fake it till you make it, and probably everybody can feels like that, especially when they first go into their first teaching gig. But this was like I felt heightened because I didn't have like the traditional teacher prep program. So there I loved it. I loved kids, and then I was just like, okay, well, I need to go back to school. So I moved back to Iowa, got into the graduate teacher education program, and so learned a lot there. Honestly, like all the things I learned there, and some of it I talk about in the book. Some really great leaders there really inspired me and kind of shaped the way I thought about education. I would say I have a definite progressive look on it, on how we might change some of the traditional norms to meet more of our kids' needs. And so ever since then, I've been sort of on this escapade to change things from the within, from the classroom level. Like, how can we shift some of the things we do to meet more of our students' needs? I got into the classroom, middle school, for all my middle school people out there. Love it. Love that age. I'm definitely a middle school teacher. They're hilarious. But it's a good time, but also it's a challenging time for kids. And so, I learned a lot being a middle school teacher. From there, I got into STEM education quite a bit and thinking about introducing partnerships, community-based learning. I really loved it. Our state at the time, this was 2013, 2014, they had a brand new STEM award opportunity to redesign your learning environment. I jumped on that, got into that, started trying new things. I think that put me in a place to share out with others that wanted to learn more. And so after a couple of years in the classroom, I got a job at our area education agencies as a consultant. So got to work with other teachers that wanted to do innovative things, and redesign learning environments. And then from there, I ended up, it's kind of a whole circle, STEM connection, working with Iowa STEM stakeholders to create this thing we call the Clearinghouse for Work-Based Learning. And it is a digital project board where, well, it's expanded since. Now there's all sorts of opportunities that can be posted, but at the time it was authentic projects. So PBL on steroids, introduced that into the classroom. And so my job probably for the last 5 years is supporting that. And I think that's what the book is really about, is how do we support authentic projects in the classroom to enhance those 21st century skills, and also have that career awareness, what's out there, what's my potential, what do I enjoy, what do I not enjoy, help kids find their purpose and their paths, essentially. So just kind of a long journey to right where I'm at. And I think the book kind of, I really do think it encompasses that whole story of the things that I picked up from leaders along the way. And it also elevates some people I really look up to with little sort of vignettes in the book of their experience. And so, I think it kind of pulls it all together. Definitely a book full of tons of tools. It's hard to tell you which one. There's over probably 100 different actual tools, protocols, prompts to use with students. But I'll just point out some of my favorite, and it's because it's kind of I don't know, it's been a game changer for me. But in agile learning environments, there's this thing called a retrospective. So my favorite would probably be the retrospective prompts. This one is the Peacock Retro Pride. So what are your sort of your feel good feathers or pride feathers, And then what are your no longer serves you feathers? Like we're gonna, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's like a whole bunch of like fun prompts to engage kids in introspection and reflection around what they're doing in the classroom. So a lot of team building type stuff. And what's next for me? I am huge into curriculum development. In a long roundabout way, like all the things I do really gets back at that, like, what are those high quality learning experiences look like? So I've been in that sort of box of working with other stakeholders on creating those opportunities and the tools that teachers need to sort of launch them. So I'm going to spend some time on that. How you can get a hold of me. I do have a website. It's www.authenticlearningalliance.org. All of my book tools are on there for free. There's a Google form. You just fill it out and it'll automatically send you a link to the Google Drive with like all the tools and prompts because I really want to give them legs and I want teachers to use them because I think they're so helpful.